Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Straight to the Point Tech. And for today's video, as promised, I said I would give an in-depth look at the Steam Deck OLED on. So right now, we are on the navigation screen of the Steam Deck. As you can see, this is the home page, of course. I don't have many games on my Steam Deck OLED at the moment. I'm going to buy some, new games today. I still play on my consoles as well. I'm kind of going back and forth between the Steam Deck OLED, the Lenovo Legion Go, and console. Keep in mind, guys, I got the Steam Deck OLED like 2 months after it came out or so, and then I got the Lenovo Legion Go a couple of months after. So I'm still, trying to tweak them to 100% optimal, as well as like, just really get the feel of them, and many other things of that nature. So just give me some time, and we'll chime in some more and test out some more games and everything. But as you can see right here, this is the home screen. So when you first turn on your Steam Deck, this is where you will end up. This is where you will be. Now, as you can see, I have, some thumbsticks on here. Now, the thumbsticks don't come stock with the Steam Deck OLED. You actually have to go on Valve site and purchase them as well. I'll leave a link in the description in the video where you can purchase it. I also have gotten a case from Valve as well, as you can see. So this is like very comfortable on the hand. It's very ergonomic. So I really, really, really like the feel of this. The thumbsticks just give it that extra edge when, playing first-person shooters, or even just, single player games. Now, right now, I currently have Resident Evil 5, and then I have Max Payne 3 on here. So I really don't have many games, as I stated, but let's just dive in and test out our Resident Evil 5. Or we can do Max Payne, actually. So let's actually do Max Payne 3. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And as you can see in the top, I have the overlay, which of course tells you the frames per second, the CPU and the GPU usage, the battery life, and things of that nature. So, you kind of know what you're working with as far as the game, and, VRAM, all that good stuff, what the battery life is, and, what the duration of the game is as far as battery life goes. So as you can see, I have 72% battery life, which is equal to about 2 hours and 20 minutes of gameplay. So that's what that means. So we're loading this up at the moment. So we'll give it a few more seconds. Now, the thing I like about the Steam Deck OLED, the overlay is extremely easy to basically turn on. The overlay on like something like the Lenovo Legion Go is, it works, but really, MSI Afterburner is a better, software to use, because it gives you more in depth as far as what you're working with as far as games go. The embedded one that comes with the Lenovo Legion Go isn't all that great. So guys, as you can see here, I'm on the home screen. So of course, like PC, or a typical, PC rig, you can go to the settings and you can go straight to the graphics. Now here is all your graphics settings for Max Payne. Keep in mind, the resolution maxes out at 800 progressive. So as you can see, 1280 by 800. As I stated before in my previous video, a step above 720p still looks good. But you've got all your little, settings here: DirectX, full screen resolution, VSync, all that good stuff. Texture shading, you can do all those good things as you would on your typical, PC rig. All right, so what we'll do right now is we'll go into the story mode, and then we'll just go into, let's say, chapter select, and I'll just select like, a chapter, just to kind of show you guys what it's like. So keep in mind, guys, Max Payne plays at 90 frames per second. So, right now, you may not be able to see the full frame rates, because, the rendering is going to be different, on the actual handheld versus on YouTube. So, don't be appalled if you don't actually see like the frame increase and all that, but trust me, you will, if you purchase a Steam Deck OLED, see, the frame rate difference of, 30 to 60 to 90 frames per second. Again, it doesn't do justice just me holding it in my hand. You got to see how good it looks for yourself in person. But right now, I'm just going through this cutscene. And you know, for some scenes, it's gonna drop frames, you know, because they're very demanding. But you know, mostly for the actual gameplay, it's gonna be going anywhere from jumping from anywhere from 75 to 80 to 90 frames per second. Now, again, you know, it varies specifically because you know the environment, you know, specific cut scenes, you know, and rendering scenes and things of that nature may tax the CPU and the GPU just a little bit. So you know you may see some frame drops, excuse me, but for the most part it looks great. So right now, as you can see, the GPU is at 99%, so it was working pretty hard. But again, this is just a typical cutscene in the game, so it's just you know doing a little bit of work. And this game looks good. It's old. I believe Max Payne 3 came out in 2012. But it does look extremely well on, you know, the Steam Deck OLED. Um, Rockstar Games did you know, a great job keeping it optimized and functioning well, you know, for consoles that came out later. So as you can see here, you know, I'm currently playing Max Payne. Now, right now, for some reason, it's saying 36 to 40 frames per second, which it shouldn't. But I did not tell you guys I'm currently downloading Counter Strike in the background. So the GPU is kind of being taxed at the moment, as well as the CPU a little bit. So let's just disregard, you know, the frames, you know, dropping or not being high. But you know, I'm just giving you like, you know, a view of how the game looks and you know the functions and the input, you know, inputs as far as like the game goes. So again, this is Max Payne 3. You know, and like I said, you know, things move pretty smooth. I have no problems or anything here, you know, with the game or, you know, the frames or how it functions. It works extremely well.
As the weather worsened, I caught a glimpse of the rusted shells of previous lives that had been lived out here in this swampy shithole, and I wondered if I would end up the same way, or what would happen to that girl I was supposed to protect.
So yeah, guys, it looks great. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a look. I'm not gonna play too much of it as far as this level goes. You know, I've beaten this game like twice. But again, I just wanted to just give you guys like a quick look. And then I also have Resident Evil 5 in the background as well, just for testing purposes. So you might hear the music in the background. So, you know, just disregard the background music. But yeah, guys, I mean, you know, as you can see, you know, it functions well. The input's good. Take this guy out here. And it looks amazing, you know. Like I said, you guys are gonna have to see this in person, you know, to really get, you know, the gist of how it looks and, you know, how the games flow and everything on the Steam Deck OLED. So I'm gonna quit out of this. So we'll exit this and we'll just go back to the Steam homepage. So what we'll do is we'll exit Max Payne and then we'll go back to Resident Evil for a second so you guys can see how that looks. Continue. All right, guys. So as you can see, I'm currently playing Resident Evil 5. So this looks good as well. Right now, as you can see, if you look in the overlay in the top left corner, I am getting 90 frames per second. So it looks really good. No problems there in that department. I'm really impressed again, you know, what Valve has done with the Steam Deck OLED by just keeping it, you know, fully functional as far as games, older and newer, you know, so that way they work extremely well. I mean, I'm so surprised. Like, but you know, that's what you do when, you know, you really take your time on building a quality product, you know. But yeah, guys, this is Resident Evil 5. So what we'll do now is just go back to the home screen, and I can show you guys a few more things. Let me pause this game and resume. All right, so a few more things here. So I wanted to show you guys. So if you press the Steam button here, this is your little handy button that you'll love. So with the actual Steam button, of course, home, library, store, friend and chat, media, download, settings, power, all that good stuff. So in the actual settings, you can go to system, and, update the system. Usually there's always like software updates, every now and then that are available just to optimize games in a specific operating system on here. Then of course typical internet, security, Wi-Fi setup, display. You can adjust the display, the colors. You can enable HDR and everything on here. You can adjust the OLED brightness. All that good stuff that can imagine you could possibly do on a handheld. I mean, of course, downloads, Bluetooth. I have a Xbox controller. Actually, this one right here, this red one, I don't know if you guys see it. This red one is the primary controller that I use for the Steam Deck OLED. But right now I'm just showing you guys thumbs in hand. So, you know. But what you would typically do is if you wanted to use an Xbox controller on the Steam Deck OLED, all you pretty much have to do is just, sync it, turn on Bluetooth, and then, pair it, which, basically on the Xbox controller, Series X, Xbox One S, whatever the case may be, there's a button that you press. Let me see, right here. And once you have the controller turned on, of course the light will start flashing on the Xbox symbol, and then you press this button, and pretty much it puts the device in pair mode, and boom, you could pair it up automatically by default. As I stated before as well, Microsoft tends to have all the drivers and everything pre-installed and ready to go. For the Xbox controller to be paired up or available to pair up with many devices. So you don't have to worry about it being complex. And then the buttons typically that you would think like X, A, Y, B, are automatically by default ready to go. So whichever games you're playing, first person or fighting games, off the top, you can kind of get the gist or idea of what button's going to do what specific command. So yeah. But yeah, keyboard, you can use the mouse and keyboard as well, exim, whatever you want to do. And then, you have in-game settings where you can, hide the UI elements and take screenshots, all that good stuff. And then you also have remote play. Now, with remote play, basically, I can do a video maybe sometime this weekend. We'll go a little bit more in depth with remote play, but you can actually remote play PlayStation, your PS5, of course, and the Xbox. So Series X, that is. So I'm gonna do a video on that and how to set it up. But remote play is here, and then here's your storage. So the Steam Deck OLED actually has one SD card slot. So stock, it comes 500 gigabytes, for specific variants that you want. You have the 500 gigabyte SSD version and then a 1 terabyte SSD version. I chose the 500 gigabyte, and then as you can see here on the top right here, there's an actual SD card. No, excuse me, on the bottom. Excuse me. There's a SD card slot here in the bottom that you can use to expand the storage. So you can go from 500 gigabytes, to actually having an additional space, which would be 1 terabyte. So altogether, you'll have plenty of space to, download your games and, store them and swap and move them, depending on, exactly which game you're playing or what you need it for. So that's there. And then, of course, if we go here down, I'm going to show you guys something, and I select the power button. This will take us to desktop mode, right? Now, in desktop mode, basically, this is where the actual Steam Deck OLED functions more like an actual, Linux-powered, PC. So here, this is where you would, get things together like RetroArch and, for those retro games, and then you would tweak and adjust settings, add modifications. As you can see right here, this is Firefox. I can go on the internet, surf the web, all that good stuff, see what's going on, current events. So Yeah, you can do that. And then also in this mode, you can actually pair it with your laptop or desktop. So if you need to like actually do some functions, like I don't know, if you know how to code, or you know how to add, you want to add some modifications or other things, you can actually like remotely access your Steam Deck from your laptop, and I'll be doing a video on that as well. But yeah, guys, so this is the what you would call the start menu here on the device, and then as you can see, all the applications are here: Cryo Utilities, Firefox Dolphin, which is a file manager folder, and then development here, where you can code and do many things: graphics adjustment settings, multimedia, everything, all that good stuff. As I stated before, this device is no lackluster device. But guys, I just wanted to give you guys a brief synopsis of Steam Deck OLED and the things that it can do now. I am going to be making more videos on the Steam Deck OLED, more functions like how to set up RetroArch, how to set up PlayStation Remote Play, and other things that I know I'm missing that I need to make a video on, so you guys can understand just how phenomenal this device is. I'll also be doing a video in depth on the Lenovo Legion Go, as far as like Windows 11 and how it functions and the cool things that you can do. But guys, I just wanted to give you again a brief synopsis of the Steam Deck OLED and what it looks like as far as like the interface. This is definitely something that again, as far as electronic device, I recommend, handheld, whatever you want to call it, toy. I mean, this thing is amazing. I can keep going on and talking, but yeah, guys. So this is Straight to the Point Tech. I'll be back again with more videos soon. Definitely be sure to like, subscribe, share this video as well, and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Peace.